It's time now for another Meet the Coach segment here on the Southeastern Sports Network. This week we're joined by quarterbacks coach John Heavner. We are doing this so that you can get, or at least the fans can get to know you as well as recruits. Tell us a little bit about your background and what got you into coaching, what got you to Southeastern.
Well, my dad was a coach, and so I grew up going to practices and going to games on Friday nights. And so, obviously, with my dad being a huge role model of my life, I wanted to be like Dad, and so that kind of led to coaching. And then was in a great program at Norman High School and had great coaches there, and then had an opportunity to go play college football at East Central. So, my life is football's played a huge role in my life in terms of a student and a player and my character development, and it's just kind of natural with my background that I would move into that arena.
Now, you mentioned went to ECU. Of course, another coach on the staff, Charlie Burks, did as well. How interesting is that for you during the season when you two guys meet on the field? Southeastern and East Central, obviously, long-running rivalry.
Yeah, it's really fun. I mean, to be able to have been on both sides of that, and fortunately for us, winning 3 years in a row, and that kind of takes some of the heat off coming from the East Central end. Obviously, they don't want to talk about it quite as much, but no, it's great. I mean, to be able to go back there and play on a field that I played on, and be able to compete with our team now. I mean, it's a great rivalry. It's a great competition, and it's really, really fun to be able to be a part of that. And, not just for us coming from East Central, but for everybody involved.
Of course, married. How many kids?
Married 17 years a couple weeks ago, and I got 3 kids. My oldest son, Caleb, is an 8th grader. My daughter, Allie, my middle child, is going to be a 5th grader. And then my little Tasmanian devil, Tate, he's going to be a 2nd grader. So.
Now, the oldest son, does he still have an interest in sports radio?
Yeah, no, absolutely. We were just talking about that this weekend. I'm trying to talk my daughter into being an accountant, and he's kind of interested in doing some sports journalism maybe, but he kind of started inching into saying he wanted to coach a little bit just here in the last few weeks. So that's a little bit up in the air, but I think he's still pretty interested in it.
So what's been your favorite moment here at Southeastern?
Oh gosh, I really think. Probably one of just the most exciting days was the 4 overtime game against Harding, because we were down and we came back, and it was just if we just could have finished it off with the win, it would have certainly been the top memory. But really, other than I would say probably East Central in our first year when we blocked both field goals to win the game. It just it was crazy for them to be in that situation in the first place, and then for us to come through twice, after maybe a bad call against us and block it twice, and just what that did for our program, getting us to a bowl game, all those kind of things. I just I think that was just a really incredible moment for our program, and when I'm sitting there at night thinking about the upcoming season, that's definitely a memory that pops up.
Of course, time now for our hot seat segment with Coach Heavner. Favorite sports movie?
Bull Durham.
Favorite female musician?
Lady Gaga.
That one kind of threw me off, I'll admit.
It's true. It's true for sure.
Well, why Lady Gaga?
I got to be honest, like her Super Bowl performance last year, like I kind of never really listened to her and didn't really take her that seriously, but I saw her at the halftime of the Super Bowl, and I was kind of impressed. But she has like a jazz album that's really good, and so I don't know, I just kind of got hooked, I guess.
Favorite color?
Blue.
Favorite college other than Southeastern? I'll get you off the hook.
Growing up in Norman, it was kind of natural to go to OU football games and kind of be part of that. Now, having coached for 18 years and not getting to do that much, obviously the tie is not as strong, but I would say in my house after Southeastern, it's probably OU.
Of course, right there, quarterbacks coach John Heavner joining us for this week's Meet the Coach segment.